Hello, everybody. Happy January 2024. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Just Ask Spirit. I'm Sherianna Boyle. I'm your host. Welcome to the show. Here we are today. We're kicking off the year with one of my good friends here, who's a good friend of the show, our resident astrologer, Carmen Turner-Schott.
Hi.
Can you believe it's January 1st?
I cannot believe it. And it's crazy because we've been going through Mercury retrograde the whole month of December, which I don't know about you, but I was feeling pretty blah and just didn't want to talk as much as the planet communication had me more introverted, thinking about things more. And people that know me know that I love to talk. And if I get on the phone, I'm on there for a long time. And I have not even felt like speaking until this energy shifting now, and we're coming out of Mercury retrograde. Yay!
Yay, for sure. Do you find, that every Mercury retrograde is different? I mean, even though you kind of prepare us, did you feel like the last, and those of you, if you can kind of think about, we like to talk, just so everyone knows, we like to kind of backtrack so you remember where you were.
Yeah,
You were
exactly.
in Mercury retrograde.
Yes.
And do you find they're all a little different? Because I agree with you. I was feeling,
Yeah.
I was kind of grumpy there for a while, like not myself.
Yeah, it'll affect each person a little differently. The people that I find it affects the most are people that have Virgo and Gemini in their chart, which you do. You're like me. You
I
have,
do.
I believe your Mars and Venus are in Gemini, and my Mars is in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, and then I'm a Virgo stellium. And then, I think your south node or north node or south node is Virgo. So that, you have a lot of Mercury in your chart, and you're like a cusper, Gemini, Taurus cusp. So that Mercury is going to affect anyone that's a sun sign, Virgo or Gemini, very greatly, because that's your ruling planet. And that's every time it happens to me, I kind of know now, like, just to be easy on myself, because I started thinking the other day, man, I feel kind of down. And this, I was just like blah. And I'm like, no, you know what? What would I tell a client? And it's like, you know what? Pamper yourself, just rest. If you don't feel like writing, you don't feel like doing anything, just take a little break. And that's what Mercury retrograde makes us do, kind of reflect
Yeah.
on everything you've been doing and all the work you've been doing, and what you might want to make changes on, and just kind of reassessing things. And it's just a very introverted time. So, and you may not, I always feel like I can't talk, like I
Yeah.
don't want to pick up the phone, which isn't like me. Like I have nothing to say. Like I know I'm not in a good mood, I guess you could say, and I don't really want to talk. Like
You don't, it's like you don't have the energy for it
I
like
don't
you
have the
normally
energy.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
agree. I experience Mercury retrograde that way too. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm going against the grain
yeah. I've
and,
had to
and,
force
and if
myself out.
everything feels a little bit like it's a little bit more difficult, something that would be a little easier.
Yeah,
So we're happy that we're
we're coming
coming out.
out of
Are we
we're
officially out?
well, we're in the shadow.
Oh,
So
okay.
January 1st, Mercury goes to direct today, January 1st.
Ooh,
And but we're still got, let's see, I'd say by the 12th, for probably another week, we're in the shadow, which means we're still being affected by the retrograde. We're not out of it, but we're going to feel a little bit of a relief. So we're
okay.
still in it. We're still in it, but not as bad as I think we were
It's
feeling.
lightening up a little bit. It's kind of like a hard rain is going to a little bit of a little
Yeah.
less hard rain, you can function.
And a lot of people have been reaching out to me. I had somebody, they're wanting me to do an Instagram live about Mercury retrograde, because all these people that are kind of learning, they're like, man, I'm really struggling. Like, what is going on? And I'm like, it's Mercury retrograde. And I'm like, I'm right there with you. I don't really feel like being on anything right now, talking or anything, but I'm forcing myself to, I sat down to try to work on this book. And you know why? It's kind of funny. I think the reason, I need to take my own advice sometimes. It's like, we talk about don't start anything new, and try,
Yes.
work on anything that's brand new during Mercury retrograde, because you're not going to have the energy to do it now. And so this new book that I'm wanting to write, this is not the time. I'm totally blocked. Like I was sat down like, nope, I don't even know what to write. Like I'm just like blank. But like if it's something that that you've already written and you need to edit it and stuff like that, you're going to have energy to do that. Like I've been real efficient with work, like checking tasks off that I've been putting off, and I've had all this high energy for stuff that I've been putting off that I have
Yeah.
to get done and get it done before, but anything new, I've been like, nope, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. So I've just been watching
Well,
Netflix.
it is exhausting to think about like the next thing and the next thing. And when you're already feeling a little pulled on and
Yeah.
low energy, and then you're like, okay, I got to gear myself up, it can sort of take the wind out of your sails. So this is all normal and common. There's nothing wrong with you. It doesn't mean you're,
No,
regressing or something.
no.
It will pass, right,
Yeah.
Carmen?
People
And
from the past. I don't know if anybody out there had people from the past coming back or past issues. Let me say, I
ooh,
had all
past
the
issues.
every time, and I started laughing. I had a work issue. I can't go into specific detail, but I told my coworker that I'm helping with it. I said, "Wow," I said, "This is all Mercury retrograde full circle." Like this whole issue that happened like a year ago, like in May, the whole thing came back to haunt us, so to speak, and we had to deal with it. And I had to help him. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, Mercury retrograde is bringing justice and bringing fruition to this old issue that was never solved. And we got it solved
Interesting.
now, and had to really think it through. But it all just manifested. It was like back again to deal with. And I find
Interesting. I'm trying to think. I don't think anything came back for me. I don't know. Audience, I'm sure you're thinking too. Did something come
old
back?
arguments, it could be an old argument with your spouse or an old issue with your children that comes back up again. That happened. My daughter came home in December, and she once in a while she'll bring up some like the same argument we typically have. And it's about how, she says, that she was raised with astrology and all these things, and that, that really wasn't a normal childhood. And that, her friends, they have like normal different mothers than me and all this. And so we always get in this talk, and I'm like, well, did you she goes, no, you were a great mom, but it was just I had a weird childhood. She said it was unique because I grew up with you telling me what my mission was. That's what she said to me. She goes, look,
Aw.
all my friends, they don't know what a mission, what their soul mission is and all this stuff. And she said, so we kind of have this same thing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this. My daughter's been wanting to get a tattoo for like 2 years.
Oh. Uh-huh.
And
How old is she?
she's 19.
Yeah.
And my husband's dead set against it. And he's very, traditional and stuff. So
Yeah.
she's been kind of bringing it up to me. Again, it came up as soon as she got Mercury's retrograde. She hadn't said nothing for like a year.
Do
She
you
says,
have a tattoo? So you don't have a
no,
tattoo.
I don't have one. I'm
I
too
don't have
chicken.
one either. My
I'm too
daughter got that. I think her first one, we sent her away on, we didn't send her away. She went to she did a gap year and she did
Oh
service work.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
nice.
So she went to different countries and did some service work, which was wonderful. But she also got a tattoo in every country she went into.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, I'm scared it'll hurt. I'm a
So
chicken.
she came home with 30 new because she was away from us. Like it was like there was
In like 20
nothing.
countries. Like, what? That would be my daughter. She would get a ton of them because to her it's art. To her it's expressing herself.
That's exactly. I
Yeah.
was like, did they sterilize the needle? Like seriously? Where
Yeah.
did you go
And my
to
daughter's
get
like,
these?
why do you care? It's my body. You're not going to be looking at that part of my body anyway. She said, I don't shower with you. No one at work
I
is
don't.
going to see that part of my body. I'll wear tights, and all this stuff. I'm like,
If
so
I'm gonna get one, it's gonna be on something someone can see.
that's what she's wanting to get one on her leg and her upper,
Um,
like I guess there's like, so she has this whole thing she wants to get, and she explained why, and it has meaning to her and all this stuff. So anyway, this whole argument came up again, and I said, listen, your dad's not going to like it. So instead of, you know, telling me she had a plan, she went and met with a tattoo artist and didn't tell me. This was like a couple weeks ago. But
okay.
when she went there, they wanted cash. So
Of
she
course
didn't
they
have
did.
money. She didn't have money. So she had an ATM card that wasn't working, her debit card. So she had to call me and
Oh,
say, Mom, like I'm in St. Louis. She told me she was going to lunch with her friend, but she really wasn't. She was meeting a tattoo artist and she didn't want to tell me. And I said, well, just have your friend. Aren't you with your friend for lunch? You said, just have her use her credit card. Because she goes, well, I can't use a credit card. I have to use Cash App or or cash, and none of the ATMs will take my debit card. And I said, well, I don't know what to tell you. I said, what are you trying to buy? I go, did you eat lunch or something? She goes, I'd rather not say, like, and then she had,
Oh,
I said, well, call your dad. And she said, no, I can't call. Then she said, Mom, I came down here to meet with the she didn't tell me the truth anyway. Mercury retrograde, man. And she came home and she kind of was licking her wound. She had to drive out of the way to go to our bank. There was the only place she could get the card turned back on because it was inactive because she never used the debit card.
oh my
And so
gosh.
and now
Wow.
she has a whole plan, and I've been sworn to secrecy that, she
Oh, those secrets that they
but
tell us.
she's gonna get one, and there's nothing I
Yeah.
can do. And she's right.
She sounds pretty determined to
It's her
me.
body,
Yeah,
and I get it.
it's funny. I was just talking, I do that ray of light circle. I was just talking about this today. We had a ray of light circle, and I was saying how sometimes we get so involved in other people's stuff. Like I do the same thing. I get sometimes overly involved in my
Yeah,
kids' stuff.
yeah,
And the challenge is we can lose our own footing in the process, right? And then spirit, because when I lead the circle, I channel, and spirit's like, who you thinking that you really think you have all the information from your kids? I mean,
yeah. I,
right. Like we get so involved assuming we know everything
uh-huh.
when they choose what to tell us, what to leave out. I mean, I was like, when I heard Spirit say that, I was like, you're right. I really ought to back off a little bit because I really don't have all the information like I think I do.
The whole thing
Yeah.
is so funny because then classic Mercury retrograde, I'm like, literally the day after this happened, I get a text from my brother in the morning, and it was of his arm, and he got a tattoo. I
What
never
is it with
even told him.
tattoos?
My brother got a tattoo of a Bible verse about the
Aw,
fish for men because he loves to fish, and it's just like writing, and it's on his forearm, and it's the writing of the verse, and I'm like, but of the timing, I'm like, oh wow. I go,
that is interesting.
so I said, look, your uncle just got a tattoo. To my daughter the next day, she goes, that's cheesy. She said, that's gonna fade by the time he's old. It's even see it. She said, it's not even a picture or image, it's just writing. And I said, well, he likes it, I guess. I don't know, but I thought it was funny that he
It's
got
around you.
yeah.
It's just, and the energy of the tattoo.
I know. I'm like, it's gonna happen. I told my husband, get over it. She's an adult. She's 19, gonna be 20 in August. I mean, come on. So I just told her, just be cautious about, think about your career in the future.
Yeah.
She goes,
Yeah.
she told me, you ready for this? This is so Scorpio.
What's that? She said what?
This is her Scorpio. She said, well,
Okay.
what does it really matter? Because all of the people that care are all going to be dead. And she said all the millennials, they don't give a crap, whatever, about tattoos. So they're all going to have tattoos too. So we're all going to be in the workforce together in the future anyway. And you guys that are traditional, that are against it, you're not going to be around anyway.
You're all gonna be
She's like, no one at work's going to care because they're all going to have them. And I'm like, well, good point. I didn't think of that, right?
the logic.
I know,
So
right?
where are we at with
Yeah,
astrology
Mercury.
here?
So
So
Mercury.
where and what's January? To give us this
Yeah.
update.
So January, so we're coming out of Mercury retrograde. We're going to feel a relief. We're going to feel like, getting back to normal with communication and feeling ourselves again soon, guys. I would say about January 12, we'll be out of the safe, out of the dark shadow. And then we got just a few big things coming up. We have Mars moves into the sign Capricorn, which is going to make us feel a lot more motivated work-wise, to focus on our career,
And that's 12 at the January 12th.
for January 4.
Oh, January 4th. Oh,
Mhm.
okay, pretty soon.
Yeah, so Mars is our drive, our passion, our anger, our energy, right? Gives us energy. So when Mars goes into Capricorn, Capricorn's all about the 10th house, which is career, finance, money, business decisions, working hard to get what you want. So we're going to be thinking about realistically and practically about reaching our goals, and we're going to have a little bit of extra help, because Mars and Capricorn's really a good thing to help us get things done and get things accomplished and success and all those good things. So we're going to have that energy helping us for a little while. And then January 11, we have a new moon in Capricorn.
Okay. And
So
what is that?
this will be new moons are all about
January 11th. It's always around the same time. I have been new moon in it. I've been really new mooning it. And you and I, make sure everyone that you are connected to us. So how do you do that? Well, if you go to Just Ask Spirit, well, actually not the Just Ask, I'm sorry. If you go links below of this video that is posted, you're going to see, you can get a free gift from Sheriannaboyle.com. You're also going to be connected to Carmen's website. I really highly suggest you get on one of our lists, preferably both.
Yeah.
Grab the gift, go to Carmen's website, get on her list there, because we're going to start doing new moon circles, folks. Okay. Which means manifest together. It's going to be so darn exciting. But the radio is not always, the timing. So anyway, the best way to know if you're interested in joining those circles is you gotta get in our newsletters, and we don't abuse it. I'm not like some people, like
No, I
couple.
haven't been sending very many. I need to
Yeah.
send more. I haven't sent one in a while. I
Yeah,
do.
I haven't either. I really just wait until I actually have something. I want to
Yeah.
make sure you know. I don't just say hi. I mean, I know that's nice to do, but
No.
I figure people don't need to.
No, I get a lot of those. I just delete them. I
Exactly. That's what they'll do
Yeah.
to me. They'll be like, okay, you got too much time on your hands, girl. All right. So we're going to be doing new moon circles, new moons on January 11th. Okay.
Mhm.
That's when we manifest, right? Okay.
Yes, it's
All right.
and it's all about Capricorn. So Capricorn is an earth sign. They're practical, they're responsible, they're serious, they're goal focused, they're success and achievement focused, they're career. They're all about work and career. So this is a time where we can manifest those career goals that maybe things aren't going right.
Ooh,
Like,
so you want to do the new moon on career? Maybe we'll
yeah,
set the theme right now.
yeah, let's do it. New moon on manifesting your career
Okay.
goal.
Okay. Manifesting career goals. We're writing this down, folks. We're doing this in real time.
Yes.
Career goals. We are hosting a circle. Okay. It's going to be like a Zoom or something like that. You'll have to sign up and register. We will have those details for you. But because we're doing this off the cuff, you're going to have to get on one of our lists. Okay.
Yeah.
Or both. All right. Go ahead.
They'll be able to join our circle monthly. Every new moon we'll do a circle.
That's right.
So this will be good. And then Mercury goes into Capricorn on January 13, which again, more Capricorn energy, Mars in Capricorn, new moon in Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn. So we're going to be very focused on our career and success. So this is all going to help us reach those new moon goals, because our thoughts, the planet Mercury, what we think, how we communicate, is all going to be focused on being a kind of that Capricorn energy. We could feel a little bit more if we're typically kind of an optimist and always, oh, I can do this, anything's possible. During this time, we may be more subdued. We may be like, I need to be more realistic about this. I need to be more practical.
Which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, so this is going to help us if we're really needing that grounding, realistic approach.
Focused. I always say
Yeah.
manifesting comes, it's not reactive. And sometimes we get so excited, we're almost like a little bit like, giddy, but it's more focused and solid and steady and grounded, kind of feeling when you're really, aligned, I guess is the best word, when you really feel that alignment. So go ahead.
So we're going to get that with this Capricorn energy for sure. It's going to help us do that and be more just more practical and realistic about what we want, and more focused on, how can we make money? How can we, how can we pay our bills? How can we have extra money in the bank and save and support our loved ones? And, because Capricorn's all about taking care of their family and having enough money to, not just survive, but to have nice things. And so Capricorns, are really focused on that, and they usually like to be strategic in their business, very business-like people. So we're gonna have that business kind of energy going on focusing on our business, or how we deal with money and all those things, and work. And then as we get into the end of January here, January 20th, well, let me just say this, the 1st of January, the sun has been in Capricorn still. The sun went into Capricorn last month in December, and it's still going to be there until January 20. And so we have a double whammy. The sun was in Capricorn as well. Mars in Capricorn, new moon Capricorn, Mercury Capricorn, all this Capricorn right at the beginning of the month. And then we're going to shift into air energy, Aquarius. So the sun moves
Ooh,
into the sign Aquarius on January 20. And then
okay.
we're
I've got
going
my
to be,
calendar out over here.
it's going to
I'm just,
be,
by the way, the new moon is on a Thursday. So
okay,
our circle will probably be on well, obviously it's going to be on a Thursday if
sure.
you're thinking about it, and it will probably be in the evening, right, Carmen, after work hours.
That'd be good. Yeah.
That we'll be doing that. And now you're saying the 20th,
Yeah, January 20,
which is
we
a Saturday. Yeah.
will be feeling Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is air. They're intellectual, they're innovative, they're rebellious, they're
I have two
scientific.
Aquarians in my family.
Oh yeah,
My
creative.
my husband and my
Yep.
daughter, one of my
Yeah.
daughters, are born in the month of February.
Nice.
Aquarian.
So Aquarius is very smart. They're very smart. They can be rebels though too. They can be very friendly because Aquarius rules friendship. They rule
Yeah.
groups. They rule the 11th house, which is all about friendship and groups. They also are big into, being creative and innovative and having freedom and independence. They need their freedom to make decisions and to make, study things, and they think out of the box kind of people. They usually think out of the box, very intelligent, very good at, usually math, science, creative, artistic things. But a lot of them go into computers, technology. A lot of astrology is ruled by the sign Aquarius, the sky, and
Mhm.
all these things. And so they're the water bearer, that's their symbol. And we'll be feeling that energy of the air Aquarius. But the biggest thing that's going to happen, the biggest thing that's going to happen for us in the world is going to happen on January 20th as well. Pluto goes into Aquarius, which we've been waiting on this for a couple years now.
Okay, well, we got to take a quick
Yes.
break. So can you
Okay.
tell us, it sounds very exciting, but can you tell us what that means? Pluto goes into Aquarius on January 20th. Sounds
Yes.
like you have something pretty big to tell. So we have to take a quick break, everyone.
Sure.
If you're just
Sure.
joining us, I'm speaking with Carmen Turner-Schott. She's our resident astrologist. She has, I don't even know, 10 books,
10 now. Yeah.
more on the way. She's writing, she's got contracts. She's really the guru of this stuff. So you got to grab at least one of her books. Two would be great.
Well,
Go
thank
to
you.
Just Ask Spirit Marketplace, which you can find them there, or three.
Yes.
And make sure you leave reviews, folks. Those, if you feel like this is of value to you and you're getting something, let's work in accordance with the spiritual law of giving and receiving. That is part of manifesting, is you want to be in alignment with those laws. And when you get something, it's nice to give something back, like a review. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Just Ask Spirit. All right, January 20th.
Right. Listen, the planet Pluto is the planet of death, resurrection, healing, rebirth, transformation, destruction. It rules nuclear power. So when Pluto's been in Capricorn it's like a generational transit. Pluto has not been in Aquarius, the sign Aquarius in the sky, since the 1800s.
Oh, that's the big
This is the
news.
big one where we were talking about before about the French
Yeah,
Revolution.
since
And
the 18th.
so
Wow.
this is huge. This is something that astrologers have been watching. And you can Google it, guys. Pluto into Aquarius and all of the theories of what will happen in the world,
I have the
because this
chills.
affects us all. And so think about it. Pluto is change. Pluto completely shakes up everything and changes it but it's a powerful change, but it's also healing. But it's in Aquarius, which is all about science and technology. So the thing that I've kind of predicted and said on different podcasts I've been on, just what I thought would happen was, number one, we're going to become more technological. Look at AI. It's already happening. The AI is starting to kick off now. Right before this, it's going to get bigger. Everything is going to get more technological. I think, we're having robots. I went into a restaurant the other day and the robot was the waitress. And,
No
and, and
way.
it rolled to us to the booth, and we were like, oh, we didn't know what to do. So my husband and I followed the robot to the booth. And I'm like,
Really?
this is Pluto and Aquarius. And I'm like, this is really weird because it doesn't talk, but it came and showed us where to sit. Then when we ordered off the iPad thing, and the food came out on the robot. And the robot brought us the food.
Where are people going to work, Carmen?
This is what Pluto's going to do. There's going to be a lot of cataclysmic change. So it's going to affect people in hard ways. I mean, we could, some people's jobs might be impacted, how we do business in the
I mean,
world.
that's like how everybody starts did you start as a server? Did you do that when you were
I worked,
growing
no,
up?
no, what did I do? I worked at Office Max, but
Oh,
as a cashier, but they could have robots doing that. I mean,
exactly. I mean, that's how the youth
they
moves
got
into
robots.
adulthood, and some adults are doing
Yeah,
these jobs because I mean, some of them do really well, and you'd be better off being a server or
I
than
know.
you are with other
Well,
things.
they got rid of servers at this place, as many. It's saving them money to use this robot. I mean, it's just crazy to me. And this was in
Ah,
Illinois. I mean, this is like I'm in the
I'm
small
not
town.
a fan. Yeah, what?
This isn't the city, so I don't know if this is in the big cities like Chicago, New York, if they have robots yet. But we have in a little Illinois over here, so I
What
don't know.
the heck?
I know. I wanted to share it with you because I thought this is so Pluto and Aquarius. And
Okay.
then it's like, if you think about it too, um, there's going to be a society change. Like in Aquarius, the good thing about Aquarius is that it's all about innovation. My prediction is there's going to be very cataclysmic changes to people's philosophies, what they believe, what they think, because Aquarius is all about belief. I think their keyword is I believe or I think. So they're thinkers. And I think that if you look at, okay, these objects that were shot down that we don't really know what they were.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
believe we're going to find out more about UFOs and UAPs, unidentified aerial
You
objects that
think this is all happening in January or no? Yeah, January, the
going to
20, around
start.
the 20th, you're saying
It's going to start them, but it'll slowly start revealing things because
the
Pluto
secrets are coming out.
reveals secrets. It opens up Pandora's box. So all these hidden things are going to be exposed to us, and we're going to know them. We're going to
Ooh, that
see
they've
them.
been going on right along.
I think that's what my dream meant. I had the other night. I was telling you I was dreaming about UFOs.
Yeah.
And out of the blue, I haven't watched any weird movies or anything like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. And I've kind of had this feeling for many years that eventually, we may all look in the sky and see them, and they can't lie to us about it anymore or deny that they are real, because this is Pluto and Aquarius kind of energy. I could see it happening after January and all of it the next couple years, many years to come. I mean, we're going to be in this transit for many, many years. This is not going to just be over and done like in a month. This is like,
So when you say it's kind of like it hasn't happened since the 1800s, like the Revolutionary War, which, you're saying we're going to, instead of a war, it's going to be a tremendous societal
yes,
mindset kind of shift, and things are going to be exposed,
truths, yeah, secrets,
truths,
things,
secrets. Hmm.
things that are technological. So I mean, think of, it's already kind of been happening where they had to release the UFO files, the
Yeah,
Pentagon. And all of this is out there. I mean, they have, pilots being interviewed. I mean, in our generation, I don't remember a time in my life that I saw in the news that they were talking about how we shot down objects that they don't know what they are. I mean,
exactly.
that was a big deal this year that just happened in 2033.
Right.
And it just kind of went away. We didn't hear much else about it. And I mean, I've read books, I'm on a lot of shows and stuff, and they asked me about UFOs because, they believe in them and stuff. And I do believe there's something that is happening. But I think we're all going to know what it is, once Pluto goes into Aquarius, during
I
that.
can't. I love
Yeah.
it when you make predictions.
Let's see if I'm right. And I told somebody else we may come outside and they're in the sky. What are you going to do? And
Yeah,
that's
what are you gonna do?
it's going to be
Oh my
pale.
gosh, it's a UFO. The thing we've been hearing about actually is in the sky. The thing that's gonna be interesting how it affects flying and all that. Well, it
Well,
already does, but you
yeah.
saying like they're just gonna come out in the open.
Oh, they're going to, I think that's what's going to happen. That's my prediction. It's not, we're all going to know that they exist. It's not going to be like any
Um,
question anymore. It'd be like, kind of like a
You
movie
know,
where
we
they,
should have a show on UFOs because I know you and I could talk a lot about that. So let's kind of table that for
sure.
let's open up a show. I think we should have a show on that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would
Wouldn't
love
that be
to.
cool?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Let's
got
let's
some
talk
books.
about that.
Yeah. I can give you some books and some things that
Yeah.
my own experience, and
I
what
know
people
you saw a UFO.
I did 1995. Crazy. I haven't seen one since then. But I did
Gosh,
see one and my friend was with me, so I had a witness. But yeah, it's
interesting.
there's too much scientific research and also, astrologically, Aquarius is associated with space travel, time travel, all
Oh,
these high level scientific things, physics, so that's why I think that it makes sense to me. That it's already happening. I mean, it's like
interesting.
our belief systems are going to change because Pluto transforms and completely something dies and is reborn, right? And so I
Hmm.
think that people's belief systems, because that's Aquarius, are going to be completely altered. Our belief,
Interesting.
religion, philosophies, what we've been told is going to be
This is
changed.
incredible.
It's going to be
Carmen, we have to take another quick mini break.
okay.
We
Okay.
got more commercials. So we're gonna take one more, it's a quick
Okay.
break, folks. Okay. We're coming right back after the break with more from Carmen. We're gonna fit up January 2024 update. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Welcome back to Just Ask Spirit. I'm with Carmen Turner-Schott. I'm Sherianna Boyle. We're talking about the astrology update for January 2024. And we're at January 20th. Carmen is the author of 10 books. They're all on astrology. She's got more coming down the pike. I'm the author of 10 books as well. And we hope that you consider getting us connected because we're going to be doing in January 2024, we're going to start doing intention, some intention circles manifesting on the new moon and bringing what we do together. So you're going to want to be connected. Go to our websites. There are links at the bottom of this show if you're listening outside of the radio show. And well, radio too. But anyway, here we are, January 20th on. Can you take us to the rest
Yeah.
of the month?
So after Pluto enters Aquarius, we're going to have on the 23rd, Venus enters Capricorn. So you can see the trend. It's a lot of Capricorn energy going on in January for us. And then the full moon is going to be on January 25th. It's a long month. January is a big long month. We have the full moon in Leo, which is going to be a fun full moon because
Yeah,
Leo's rule the fun house, the fifth house of play,
yeah,
fun, pleasure, happiness, the
yeah. I have a
sun,
Leo. My daughter's a Leo. She's so
yeah,
much fun.
creative, and they love
Yeah,
to have fun. They're social, they're friendly, they're
yeah,
confident, they're leaders, they're creative, they're affectionate,
yeah,
artistic, creative, all that. So we're going to be able to tap into that Leo energy in our life on that full moon and really express our creative side and connect with having fun, doing something fun. Something you enjoy, go to a concert, go skiing or do something you like to do. Playing sports would also be a Leo thing. Doing something competitive, something you enjoy that's not work, and getting a little break from all that heavy Capricorn energy that we've had the
yeah,
first of the month. And then good news, the end of the month, January 27th, the planet, we had all these retrogrades, right? Many planets have been retrograde and they've slowly been one by one going direct. So Neptune went direct last month. Now we have Uranus going direct. So we're out of the Uranus retrograde on January 27th. That's good. And we're going to be out of several of the retrogrades. So things are going to start the energy is going to start getting better, but this year, I would say the biggest thing to watch is changes with technology and how we think and what we believe and what we
Interesting.
find is true, and just having to adapt to a more even more scientific, I guess, how do you say it, technological thing going on.
Yeah.
Society, like, I don't know, I saw a show like with the robots. I took a class recently for training for my social work job, and they had a whole class on social media and like AI and stuff. And there's like virtual reality. Like there's actually a thing where people are getting sexually harassed and assaulted in virtual reality rooms where it's like
Ah,
a like games.
you can
Yes.
get sexually, really?
Yeah, because you're in the headset, and this is totally like blowing my mind, which is Aquarius and Pluto energy right here, guys. When your mind is like, "Whoa, what?" Yeah, that's Aquarius. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my God." And so the guy was amazing, the instructor, and I'm like, "I never thought about this." Like it was like I was taking notes. I'm like, "I need to talk to my daughter about this stuff." But if you're in this room, like people have been reported that they're in the VR and it's real. Like when you're in a VR room, you're in the room walking around and these other people are in the room and they can assault you or harass you in virtual world. Like this is happening. And and
This
and
is, you're right. This is going to be a whole new way of thinking and a whole new
yeah,
way of adapting and learning how to take
and
care of yourself.
training and teaching kids how to protect
Teaching.
themselves in this scientific technological world. I mean, if you think about it, like, we weren't raised with iPhones and computers and all this stuff. I mean, I
Right.
know my dog, our 19-year-olds, not their whole life, but for almost half their life,
Yeah.
technology was big. And now
Yeah.
the new generation, I mean, my nephews are on their iPads all the time. I mean, they're 3. So
Yeah.
it's like we have a whole new generation of thought and the way people are going to be generationally because of technology. That is all going to change with this Pluto and Aquarius. It's going to enhance it. It's going to transform it. I think it's going to intensify it's going to be
Okay.
all this stuff going on, and we'll just slowly see it play out each month when we do the astrology update. Seeing
Yeah.
what's on the news and all that. But this is a big deal. This
It is a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
that's another reason why you and I are talking about these groups that we're going to be doing. The first one will be on January 11th,
yeah,
because it'll be a great, also kind of like a support place, right? Helping, giving that assistance. I think coming together is
yeah,
most important when there's uncertainty,
yeah,
when you're not sure what's up ahead, what is that going to look like, feel like, how's it going to impact your life? That's when we have to come together, not isolate and withdraw and go into fear,
yeah,
right? We know, we learned from COVID, doesn't freaking work, doesn't work.
yeah. Make
All
connections.
right. That's all we have time for today. Is there any final messages there? Is that, did you take us up to the end there?
Yeah, I got you to the end. Just, hang
Okay.
in there and enjoy this month, of all of the Capricorn energy and all of the fun full moon Leo energy at the end of the month.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, listeners, for joining us on Just Ask Spirit. We so appreciate you. Make sure you head over to the Just Ask Spirit Marketplace. Those are the sponsors of the show. A couple of Carmen's books are there. It's at sheriannaboyle.com. And also Carmen Turner-Schott.com. You can find out what she's got going on over there. And then, of course, what we have going on together. Remember, your emotions matter. Processing them, even with all of this going on, matters more. Take care, everyone.